What up, though? Welcome back to another episode of the CP Podcast. I'm your host, CP. This is the CP Podcast. We'll talk about the shit CP want to talk about. If you don't want to talk about that shit, see your way out of here, man. I usually would be more disrespectful than that, but just leave, man. Go ahead and leave. We'll wait. All right, I'm glad they're gone. They was lame as fuck. I hated them. Like, I hated that they were even here. Why did they even come around? Like, dog, it's every time it's them.
Haters.
Anyway, to my right, the knight in the fight against what's right with a computer, checking all the facts.
I'm for what's right.
As I said, the fight against what's right.
You said against what's right.
Right.
I'm for what's right.
Right, but that was an opportunity for you to correct that, then make that right. Therefore, even in your intro, giving you something to fight against to make sure that it was right.
Very good.
Bam.
Very good.
And then dressing all black like the Omen.
Yeah.
Lil' Kim nephew. Amir in the building. What up, bro?
What's good?
Man, I can't call it like an alcoholic. Look at this shit. Why is my computer doing this?
I don't know.
You see that? Ain't that weird? Like that overlay is not supposed to be there? I got to come out and come back in. All right, but that has nothing to do with y'all. What up, though? What's going on with the Patreon and the chat? What's going on with y'all, man? I'm just trying to get out of here and get back in here real quick. How's everybody doing? Who all we got in here? You see anybody you know? Maya?
Antonio Rosa.
Antonio, what up, though? Who else?
RKF Master.
RKF Master. What's the dealio?
So they might be new. I never seen that name before.
I feel like I know that name from Instagram, though. You know what I'm saying? You know. I appreciate them. Dog, it's like an overlay over. Is yours doing that?
No, but I don't really stay on the YouTube.
Oh,
I go around because I gotta find things.
Oh, okay. Wait a minute. Let me. Dang, I forgot about Zaire Wade. I had to look at the front of my YouTube. Dang, dog. He was supposed to be sweet, man. I don't know what happened to him. I don't know what happened to Zaire Wade. That's crazy. I don't know. His little sister took all the shine, I guess.
They kind of not. They're not talking about them as much now, which is good.
Yeah, I mean that's how you do it. You kind of like confront the shit head on, and then make it old news. So then they just be like, man, whatever. Everybody know that little boy or girl. You know what I'm saying? And then I mean, I don't even think about it no more.
Oh yeah, because what are you gonna do? Stop it?
Right, but I'm just saying,
It's
not even like
it's
not even like a thing anymore. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. Where's the Did the link just disappear for this week? On the Patreon? Yeah, I'm all over the place, guys. Oh, here we go. All right. Hold on. I'm getting there. Bam! And we up.
Okay.
Anyway, he plays in Africa. Oh, Zaire Wade plays in Africa. That's crazy. I ain't heard nothing about that. They just shipped that nigga off to Ghana.
He said he last played for the Cape Town Tigers, the Basketball Africa League.
That's dope.
South Africa.
What did he average? I want to know.
I don't even know. Let me see.
How good did he do?
Said he was injured.
Oh, he got hurt. You can't get hurt in Africa. I mean, you can get hurt in Africa, but I'm just saying, you just, you know.
So
get hurt in
college.
any league.
You don't want to get hurt nowhere.
Sometimes that's all it takes.
That's all it takes is that one injury and you out of there. That your career be over, huh?
Yeah.
But I mean, injuries happen though, right? Like everybody has gotten injured. Name one player who has never gotten injured.
Probably somebody because they ain't play. But if they actually play, then you're gonna more than likely run into some kind of injury.
Antonio said he's stinking it up in Africa. Damn.
I can only find in Salt Lake City game point average 12 points a game.
That's not bad.
That's not bad.
Salt Lake City was in college.
Was that college or was that like the G League?
The G League.
How long ago was this?
That was 2021-22. So it was like just now.
Yeah, that ain't too bad. Shit, averaging a 12 ball. Leave that nigga alone with a 12 ball.
You're the one saying stuff about him.
Damn, Maya, you just act like he just a bum.
I didn't even know who he was.
Zaire,
just
sorry,
now.
bro. That's one thing. That's one thing how Maya be, man. That's how she be sometimes. Acting like you a bum. Nigga, you ain't no bum. But he a bum in Africa from what I heard.
I don't know. I didn't even know there was an Africa League.
Oh, wow. Wow, we can have African League? Really?
I didn't know there was one.
Wow, yes, African League is sweet as hell.
Who else plays for the African League?
Man, T'Challa. I don't know, but shit. I mean, it's sweet though. Yeah, I don't know nobody from Africa. Who came from the African League? Look at them niggas. They look sweet. If you glance, it look like a bunch of niggas you know, but you don't know none of them niggas. Like you like, look like Gilbert Arenas and them, but that ain't really them. That's some whole other people. Dang, that shit probably lit. African League, low key. We need to go to a game. Send us some tickets. We coming.
And plane tickets and hotel
Send us
accommodations.
some tickets, plane tickets, and accommodations, and immunizations, and we are coming.
That looks fun though.
That do look fun.
They're probably having a good time over there.
I just like the colors of Africa. You know what I'm saying? Like that red and green and yellow.
That's Rasta colors. I love it.
That ain't Rasta color. That's African color.
I mean, Rasta took it from Africa.
Really? I thought Rasta was like Jamaican. Like I thought like Rastafarian was like Jamaican and some shit like that.
Yeah.
It is?
Yeah.
So that, and are Jamaicans Africans? Like, is that a thing?
I mean,
they
look
like it.
Yeah, Jamaicans and anyone in the Caribbean, it's just a different stop on the slave ship. So
what?
So some of the ships drop people off in Virginia or whatever, and some drop people off in Jamaica, Antigua, whatever.
What?
Yep.
So we could have got dropped off in Jamaica and just been chilling, coconuts, but instead they dropped us off in Virginia. We had to work for these motherfuckers.
It could have been your family did get dropped off down there, and then there was like a migration up because they kept, not only did they drop people off, but then they will pull people from certain places and bring them to another area.
Damn.
So it's like your ancestry could go way back, which a lot of people in America actually have lineage that trace back to the Caribbean and the West Indies and stuff like that.
Yeah, my family got dropped off in Antigua. They said that the slavery, the way they worked the slaves was harder down there, so they kept just replacing them.
Harder down where? In the Caribbean?
In the islands, yeah. But they also freed them sooner, so
they probably was done. Shit, they probably did all the work. It was all right, well, you know what I'm saying?
We had the British. So the British freed their slaves in the 1830s, and so it was a colony. And so a lot of that were just British colonies, and they just said, okay, y'all are free. No wars or anything. But the flip side of that was the people like, oh, we got to free our slaves. When we went to Antigua, we went to the museum, because we always do this. It's a small little museum. And then the plantation owners were like, oh no, the slaves are going to kill us. And then the slaves didn't. They were just like, okay, we're going to chill. Be chill here. But then they actually ended up saving some money because it was cheaper to keep them as workers than as slaves.
So that's because they didn't have to house them. They weren't. It was like once you got off work, you had to go on to your own thing. But when they had to house them, feed them, then that's crazy. That's damn. Shout out to Antonio Rosa. I'm gonna say this too. He just said it was his mistake. Zaire is averaging 9 points in Africa.
Okay.
Yeah, that's not bad. That ain't stinking it up. Stinking it up is what I would be doing.
Have you in the African
Averaging
League?
negative 0.3 points a game, 8 fouls, fights, roasting, ticks. That's what I'd be. I'd be the nigga out there, bro. Shut your big bubble head ass up. You, Tick, what I do? Tick, you call him bubble head. All y'all niggas some bubble head niggas.
Oh, man. You gonna see the Bob Marley movie?
I didn't. You said, am I going to see it or
you gonna see it?
Yeah.
I gotta get a babysitter. I want to see it so bad.
When does it come out?
I think it's already out.
Oh, okay.
I heard it wasn't.
You heard it wasn't that fire?
Nah.
Who said that? My family was Rasta growing up.
Oh, for real?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I think
Maya,
it's more like, who the fuck said that?
It would be more like you would probably, I don't know if you would like it as much because I don't think the context of it is actually like accurate, maybe. I think that's what people were saying the critique was, but they said it's really like beautiful. It's like shot well.
Oh, the context isn't accurate though?
I don't think so.
Oh, somebody said it was
like,
very disappointing.
It was like, it's a pretty movie. That's what I've heard. It was like, it's pretty, but otherwise it's like, it's...
Oh, okay. So somebody said it was a good movie, but they downplayed how much of a revolutionary he was.
He was. So now, I haven't listened to Bob Marley in years, but now that Roman's a baby, you gotta
put him on to that Marley.
Yeah, you gotta put him in the culture. You gotta be like, this is your culture. His granddad came up visit. Granddad's Rasta man. And he's gotta watch the Bob Marley concerts. There's baby Bob Marley lullabies. So.
Shout out to RKF Master. He knew. Hey, man, we love you too. if you're a dude, it's a love like that though. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, love you, dude. But if you're a woman, then it's like, love you too, sis, with the hug. You know what I'm saying? With a little hug on it. You gotta throw a hug on it sometimes. You just do, man. I don't like meeting no old lady without getting in there. You know what I'm saying? Come here. Get your little old ass over here. Give me a hug. You always just be squeezing my hand. How are you, young man? Get your old ass over here and give me one of them good squeezes. Let me get that neck. Let me nestle that neck, old lady. Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with that. Don't get creepy, though. Don't be grabbing her booty. Y'all saw that rapper that was grabbing his mama booty over the weekend?
What?
Yeah, calm down.
No, but why would you do that?
I don't know. What would you do if Roman grabbed your booty? First of all, how old is too old? Well, let me ask you a question. First, how's Roman doing?
He's great.
Good, man. I saw that picture y'all put up. I'm a dude, man. Very manly love, CP. Just a dap. Appreciate that, bruh. Hey, man. But if you was an old lady, give me that neck. Hey, but, oh, man. So what's this? The girl I got to see you Sunday here in San Diego. Yeah. Young Trap. How was the show? Respond. So Roman's good. I saw that picture y'all put up. It's very cool, man. I like a big head baby. Roman, because listen. Not like that, but Roman got a big head. But for a boy, you don't want no little boy. It's just like puppies. I like a puppy with a big head, because that's like a good breed of puppy right there. I don't know little head ass baby. That's like Beetlejuice. Them little head babies. I want a big fat head baby, man. Roman head not fat, but he got a big head for sure. I'm like, oh man, he got to get control of that neck, because he fuck around and bust your lip. He don't have no control over that head and that forehead combination.
He's 95 percentile in head.
Really?
He's got a big head.
Yeah. Yup.
We got big heads in our family.
That's dope though. Wait, does Tony have big heads too?
I mean, he looks like he's got like a good size head, nothing too small.
Yeah.
You see a person with a small head, it just makes you feel like a different species.
It makes you feel weird, right? I want to bite that little head like a grape. Hold on. Like, calm down, CP. Get him off it. That little head motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
And sometimes it matches. I saw this lady one time. I think she was a model. She had to be like, yeah, she was tall, but like her head was so small and her shoulders were so small. Everything was like just so small.
Man, you want to beat her ass. This for survival. Not like you're a violent person, right? But if you had to kill all the people, you'd be like, all right, let's get the little head motherfuckers first. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you would beat the shit out of her. Ooh.
But it's like we're a different breed.
But if I had to put the money on you, you would fuck her up. Just because her hair blows probably wouldn't even hurt you. You'd be like, bink, bink, ha ha, bitch. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. That's crazy. But yeah, shout out to everybody who came through. What'd you say? I roasted you. You was in the front with them dreadlocks. Oh, yeah. I remember you. Hugs ain't good no more, CP. The church, now they used to bury you in the bosom. Man, what? Oh, you used to be down to your neck in titty. You used to be down to your neck in titty in them church hugs. Only thing about the church hugs, they don't smell good, man. Them church... that church perfume, you be like, God damn, how much? Because it's just like they be trying to impress the other women. I'd be like, the whole church be smell like tears and singing. You'd be like, ugh, get me up out this motherfucker.
You got to hug them before the service, not before after. The service.
Oh, and them little nurses, the little church nurses, they was prestigious. You know, they had them little ugly ass heels on. The heel had that much heel on it.
Oh my God.
Help sister, get her up. And then if a woman fall out, they cover the dress up. They cover her up so you can't see that coochie, because that'll fuck the church up. You see the coochie, you got to change the sermon. God want us weak in the flesh. That's why he showed us Sister Petilia's coochie. See, I need y'all to understand. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to be, man. So, okay.
Okay.
All right. Man.
We have an update from last week. I just want to clarify, because I don't want people thinking that there's a conspiracy where there's not a conspiracy.
While you look for that, I want to talk about a joke I heard this weekend. Jeff Horst. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Jeff Horst. Very funny comedian, white dude from Detroit. He has this joke about, I'm gonna butcher the joke, man. I don't want to ruin the joke, but it's like, it's illegal to, that's Jeff. He has a joke about how it's illegal to fuck deer. Like, you can't, because that's like bestiality. You can't fuck a deer, right?
Yeah.
But it's not illegal to kill them. And he's saying, like, all I'm saying is if we ask the deer which one it preferred, Man, it was so funny,
Oh my
man, because it's like you got the deer on one hand, a guy gonna kill it, on the other hand, a guy gonna fuck it. It's like, which one you gonna choose? Man, it was so funny, dude. Shout out to Jeff Horst. You guys should see him if he's around. Fucking hilarious, man.
Let me take
I
his
just
face
love
down.
comedy.
I don't need everyone. That's all they know about him is his deer fucking
Well,
joke.
no, he has a good deer fucking joke, and I don't want to ruin it by telling it bad, but it has a great punch to it. Great punch on that deer fucking joke. All right, what else?
Okay, so they are now acknowledging that Mitch McConnell's sister-in-law died in a Tesla in the lake, but they said it wasn't a conspiracy, and nobody in the family blames her. Remember we talked about this last week?
Yeah.
And then
It was a couple weeks ago. I think.
Right. But it was a
Yeah.
suicide. It was a Model X.
it wasn't a suicide. She just accidentally backed into the lake. And then they couldn't get to her in time. And then they sent a tow truck out. It didn't have a long enough cord to get her. And then there was
because you can't tow a Tesla. So what they want you to do is there's like a hook that you have to screw into the front of the Tesla in order to tow it.
Really?
Yeah. So like it's like when I remember like when my battery messed up, I didn't even notice. I had this big ass thing in my what the fuck is this thing in my trunk? I found out it's for the tow. You have to like take a panel off the front and screw this big ass like a screw with a circle into it, and then they hook the tow thing and that can pull your whole car.
I mean, I guess you want to, protect the car. You want to protect the intellectual property and everything.
And
but
this is Mitch McConnell's sister,
sister-in-law.
so she's probably old as hell too.
No, she's
So-
50. She's young.
Yeah, but white 50 though.
No, she's Asian.
A political white 50. Oh, she was Asian?
Yeah, he married an Asian lady.
Oh, and it's like,
So that's her.
Let me
So
see
she's
her.
pretty young.
Oh, yeah, damn.
It was a total accident. Like she was just.
So she
gonna
was just
dri-
in there, just
She was just driving back from like brunch or drinks with her friends or whatever, and then instead of walking back to the house because she was on this huge estate because her family's billionaires, she just accidentally put it instead of drive, put it in reverse doing a 3-point turn, and then that's it. That's all she wrote.
how deep was the pond, or it was a lake?
It submerged the car, and then they couldn't get her out, and that's it. That she died. Yeah.
Yeah, that's sad, but it's there's a glass roof on that. If she could have kicked it.
It seemed like she was freaking out in the car, and the people were gonna get to her, and then it's just
She was freaking out.
well, she was calling people like, "Yo, I'm trapped in this car."
She was calling people on the phone.
Yeah, they were like, "Come get me! I'm in the car." So all her friends, all the workers, they ran to her. They couldn't get a dive team. They couldn't get anyone to go in that could actually do it. And by the time they got her out, she was already dead, and that's it.
So she was on the phone. Like, hold on, y'all. I'm finna die. I'm gonna call you right back.
I don't know exactly the details. I'm just going by what the thing say. It said it wasn't a typical accident, and they're investigating. But the quote says that a person familiar with the situation told the Wall Street Journal that no one in the family blames Tesla. So
They just want a free one.
this family is so rich. He married into money.
Who married into money?
Mitch McConnell married into money. The Chow
Show
family
Mitch.
is rich.
Show Mitch.
That's him in the corner.
Right, but show a good Mitch. How the fuck you get to marry into money? See, dog, his wife probably ain't got no kind of ass or nothing. We be like, oh, that bitch got a big booty. Nigga, they worried about the right thing. He worried about a bitch with big billions, not a bitch with big booties, man. Let me show you. Show us Mitch.
Mitch ugly.
Look at this. Miach. Look at him. Look at him. He like all he eat is straws full of mustard.
He's old too.
He looked like a bird turned human.
Look at him right there grabbing his glasses. It look like somebody roasting that nigga. Well, I've never been. I've never been roasted like this before.
Wait, wasn't he the one that was freezing up not that long ago?
Yeah,
like
he freeze up, yeah.
He was just standing there and then he's just like, oh, this man's having a
them cheeks
like he's
locked
having a
up.
stroke in real
He got
time.
a jiggly ass face too.
Yeah.
This whole thing down here. Oh.
He got a big booty meat face. Boy, he be like, blah, 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 blah. He got some tip drill cheeks. He got some tip drill cheeks. He got them TDCs. All right, TDC. So his wife. So who married this bird man? All So who married the Birdman?
I don't know how he got her. I really don't. He must
Let
have
me
been
see.
cute when he was younger.
What the?
She's not bad.
Oh.
12-year difference.
12-year difference.
12-year difference. You know what that mean? Mitch got that big old dick. He walked in that Chinese food restaurant.
God.
He walked in that Chinese food restaurant. Let me get a
They
blue
married,
shoe
in, they
pork.
married in 1993. That was 31 years ago. So 31 years ago. But
So they wedding. So they wedding
39?
pictures. So they wedding pictures. So they wedding pictures.
She was 39 and he was
51.
51.
Was he already in Congress then? How long has he been there?
This nigga is eternal. He probably 6,000 years old. He always been in Congress.
Wait,
She was
is
like,
this-
ooh, look at him with them big booty cheeks.
No, that's not. I'm trying to find a wedding photo. This is the earliest I can find. Oh, she's still too good for him.
Yeah, but he
Looks-wise.
look like, I'm going to tell you, it's okay, let's keep it real. Let's keep it real. At this point, he look like one of those like successful white billionaire type of dudes that them Asian people be wanting their daughters to marry. In the 90s, he looked like an old business suit, Bentley. That's what he looked like.
She
They
looked
were
way
already-
younger than him though. Like
She is
She
way
is
younger.
way
I mean,
younger than him.
12 years,
12 years.
but
He probably
this
ordered
look-
her.
this
He
look
probably ordered her
bigger
on
than 12
Amazon.
years. It's like a bigger than 12 year difference.
Her
to me.
family's rich.
I'm gonna see if I can order me a wife on Amazon real quick.
Her family is rich.
I got a
rich.
wife already, but I'm gonna see if I can order one.
And
I'm not gonna.
she's-
I'm not gonna add her to cart. I'm just gonna order her real quick and see if I'm gonna get a wife. Go ahead.
Asians age differently than white people. Let's just leave it at that. Is this?
Mail order bride.
No. Well, you were trying to get a mail order bride.
Well, no, I was trying to for a friend. I mean, I'm not like it wasn't for me. Like, what you think? I'm just saying I was looking for the prices, not for me. Like, I already got one, but
Is that Bill and
I didn't get it
Hillary's
from the
wedding
mail.
picture?
there they go.
That's Bill and Hillary Clinton.
Oh yeah, that is Bill. And oh, they was in love, man. What happened? He
She's
started
cute.
fucking hoes. She started fucking hoes.
She's cute.
She is all right. She look a little annoying. Though. I don't like white women with them kind of mouths.
What kind of mouth?
Throw that picture up. I don't like them kind of mouths on the white woman. No. Well, now, dear, why don't you? It's like, no, she talked too much. Shut the fuck up with that kind of mouth. She eat a lot of carrots and shit.
Oh my god.
I don't like that mouth. But she cute though.
She's
She
cute.
definitely cute. Bill is like one of them dudes who he like a hippie for real.
Is she taller than him?
Imagine. No, she got on heels. No, she got on heels. This is the last time she wore heels. Now she wears Skechers and New Balances.
Oh my god.
Shout out to Hillary though. Sitting next to Hillary, smelling like dank.
It says Hillary Clinton is 5'5", 5'4". I thought Bill Clinton was tall. He must be sitting down or something.
She probably on his lap. I told her Bill Clinton. 6'1",
6'2".
6'2". Yeah, I'll be right. You know what I'm saying? Depending on what shoes you got on. Bam. Yeah.
Yeah, presidents tend to be tall. The ones that get elected tend to be the taller ones. We're very
Really?
primitive people.
Really.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
They couldn't
Is
make
Biden tall?
I
Joe
think-
Biden's pretty tall. Joe Biden like 6'1", 6'2".
He don't look like it.
What if all the presidents are 6'2" and it's because they're just being replaced
Nah,
by
Trump was
something?
bigger than 6'2".
Yeah, Trump's like 6'3". Biden's 6 feet.
Trump is like 6'3"?
Yeah, Trump is tall.
Yo, Trump, you want to see Trump in person because his body's so daunting because he's like leaning, but he's still tall at the same time.
Yeah.
It's like a animatronic monster or some shit.
Got you.
And he weighed like 2 something. Like
You think
236, it
you think
says,
Trump will
Washington
fight?
Post.
Who you think will win between Trump and Obama? You feel me? Because Obama can hoop.
Yeah.
So, you know, he got a little movement.
Obama definitely would have him like on the like stamina.
If he
like,
got enough reach, if he got the
longevity,
reach,
he could probably
keep him
do
off
it.
of him.
Yeah, and I've heard Trump has little hands. So that's what everyone says about Trump. He's got little hands. So he doesn't have, you see those guys that can really hit, have like those big, like meaty hands.
No, but a little fist can sock a nigga eye and get in there and grab the eyeball, squeeze it, pull it out. Big hand can't do that.
No, the big, if you go, okay, so we're going a clean fight or we're going just all out?
Who? To the death.
To the death? Oh, I still think Obama.
Yeah, I think Obama too. I ain't gonna lie to you. Okay. Oh, this fun. All right. Kanye now or LL Cool J?
Now,
LL.
both now.
Now.
LL.
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 Yeah.
LL?
for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah.
Kanye's
LL was
all
like
up in
how
his
tall is
head.
LL Cool J?
LL got a big ass head. I saw him on one of these TV lots. He was driving by. They had him on a cart, and I looked at the back of this nigga head like, what size hat could this nigga possibly wear?
Yeah, LL. All day, every day.
6'2". Oh yeah, Kanye's like 5'10".
10.
Yeah, 5'9".
He's too in it. He's too in his head and like aloof. LL seems like he's got his head in the game.
All right. Kanye or Bobby Brown? Now.
Oh, I don't even know.
I don't know much about Bobby Brown.
Ooh.
Kanye don't seem like much of a fighter.
I don't
though.
think he would be a
Really?
good fighter.
He never gave off that kind of energy. He didn't even grow up like that.
But Kanye just seemed like he ready to beat a nigga ass for some reason. Huh? You know what I'm saying? Like he just ready.
He's an angry man for sure.
He's an angry dude for sure.
Yeah, but anger in like talking versus anger. And also, here's the thing that you'll find the more you get into sports is like, just because you want to beat someone, just because you want to beat them in a sport, you want to beat their ass or whatever, it doesn't mean you can. So some people on their worst day can still beat your ass on your best.
Damn.
That's like the discussion niggas was having about, like future Russell Wilson. Them together, whatever. Then people was like, because some people really was like, Future would beat him.
that.
But
Nah,
Russell Wilson
bro.
is
Russell Wilson goes, listen, it's niggas who would sneeze an ass whooping on the Future. Who come after Russell Wilson every fucking game trying to kill him.
Yeah.
And he just brushes them off and do what bro, you think Future coming at you, you gonna be like, Sierra, is this your baby daddy? I'm gonna give him fisticuffs. I'm gonna give him fisticuffs, and he's not gonna like it.
I mean, I feel like people realized that when they saw what Cam Newton was doing to them grown ass men.
People
Just
realized it
slinging
when
them around.
you saw Shannon Sharp next to Mike Epps.
Yeah.
Mike Epps is like a pretty tall comedian,
Yeah.
Yeah.
bruh.
But Shannon Sharp
is fucking huge. You say what you want. He got the bad hips. They keep calling him like gay and shit. He do be moving weird. He walk like a snake, but that's because the nigga hip fucked up.
Walk like a snake.
That's because his hip fucked up. You gotta give Uncle a break, man. That's how LeBron go be. You see, LeBron always gotta carry that little log around with him to sit down. You ever noticed that? He has like a little foam log, and he always carries it no matter where he's at, and he sit it down. Because these niggas be getting beat up, man.
You got to do that yoga. If you're into sports like that, you got to do yoga.
My dad loves yoga. My dad is so hood. You would not think my dad, but my dad being there with them yoga girls, and he got a cycling class. I'm like, man, ever since my stepmom, when my stepmom passed away, I think my dad kicked his health up in a crazy way.
There's no one to take care of him.
Yeah.
You got to be.
Yeah, you got to be self-sufficient and really, get up. And so he be on that shit. He be in the gym. He be all that shit. I be proud of him. I just smoke my blunt and go back to bed. Like, all right, Dad.
Do pigeon pose. If you think you got problems with your back or anything like that, pigeon pose, that'll really help you. Don't king pigeons. You're doing too much there.
Who is it?
King pigeon.
Where's King Pigeon at? Oh, her right there?
Yeah, she's doing too much.
She doing too much. Ooh,
you gotta ease your way into that.
Yeah, you little freak.
So classic pigeon, resting pigeon. That's what you do for your lower back.
And it's like releases your back, like it gives you the pressure up front with the seemingly like low gravity at the bottom to kind of like pull it.
Yeah, it sets you into alignment and it kind of releases your hips. So both legs on this. If you have any back problems, any hips problems, just do that. And even in front of TV at night.
You know what I like to do? I like to lay on the bed, and this is real shit. And I like to like hook my feet to the bottom of the bed and almost like climb without unhooking my feet to release my whole back. And I should be working like just like almost like pulling myself, like stretching myself without, you know what I'm saying? Or hang from a door.
Yeah, you have the pull-up bar?
If you got a pull-up bar, for sure. I done seen too many videos of niggas fuck themselves up with them pull-up bars. Like they shit, it don't be up there good enough.
Yeah, you really got to put it on like a real support beam. You can't just throw it up there.
It's the door usually.
Right, but the door has to come, like, see how this door has a weak frame around it?
Yeah, that's not going to do it.
You wouldn't do this door. You would do a door that has a thick enough frame, because I didn't notice until I had to recently replace a door, but that whole piece is the door. Like, you can unhinge it and all of that, but really they sell that whole piece that just kind of slides into there.
They might be putting it on the drywall and then it just come off from above.
Exactly, and that shit'll fuck your head up. Then you'd be like, graham crackers?
I can't believe that.
Is it graham crackers? All right, so what's going on? What's our topic for today, man? What are we talking about?
So the Royals, something's going on with the Royals, and we don't know what's going on with the Royals.
What you mean?
We haven't seen the prince.
Yeah, some of them are dead, right? And they're trying to hide it.
Well, that's the conspiracy. We don't know. Basically, we haven't seen Kate Middleton, who's the Princess of Wales, for months now. They said she had surgery. Fine. Okay, I'm not really bothering her on that because she's got a lot going on. But then they released this picture. And to say, oh yeah, she's okay, da da da. But then it's so photoshopped. And then people are finding
What's
out.
photoshopped about it?
Like this here. This was the thing that stood out to me the most.
Yeah.
What is it?
Their wrists.
Can we?
It's like,
Oh wow.
Yeah. So that's not a real picture. They say no wedding ring, but it's like she could be over her husband. I'm not saying. Say bloom in March. Okay, so that wasn't taken recently. And then somebody found the Kate Middleton Vanity Fair, and they're like, well, this is this picture, and they just put her face in it from here.
So they're saying that
Can you
this
slide this one over a little bit?
the
or,
Vogue
like, side
one
by
or
side?
Vanity Fair? You said Vanity Fair. Okay, wait. So I see the Vanity Fair one.
Oh, sorry. Oh, yeah, the Vogue one.
The Vogue one?
Yeah. They're like, this is the same picture. If you look at the lighting, it's the same, and they just photoshopped a little.
Oh, wait.
So they reversed it because see the light on a different cheek than on this one.
Yeah. So there are people who like are obsessed with the Royals. They're completely obsessed with the Royals. So I'm thinking, why did they put this picture out to prove that she's okay?
I need to see where they said this picture because I need to see them like more side by side than that because I want to believe it so bad.
I don't know about this necessarily like the face being photoshopped or whatever, but it's more so. Did you see the tweet, Maya?
Which from who?
Supposedly from her, saying that
I am not dead. I am alive.
basically saying like, I like to. She hasn't said anything, and
It
then
was
all
like
of
a
a sudden
Meek
it's
Mill
like,
tweet. I love life. I love juicy living.
Photoshop. I dabble with photo editing. Then at the end of the tweet it says, "Happy Mother's Day" or some shit like that.
They have Mother's Day a different day over there.
Okay, I was like, that was strange, but it was just she hadn't said anything, and then all of a sudden it was like I come out and say I, like to dabble in photo editing. Like that's really strange.
Yeah, because she's the most loved of the Royals, like because she came from a humble quote unquote upbringing. Let me see the side by side where someone compared. Okay, here we go. Let's open this up. All right, here we go. This is what they say. They just copy and pasted her face. They did this, and then they did that. See?
When you do it like that, then you're like, yeah, but she does look a little less made up and a little older in this picture. The picture that she put out rather than the Vogue one. The Vogue one, she looks a little younger. There's more makeup.
It's like, how you gonna do that when it's her face? That's how she smiles.
Yeah, I mean that's how she looks.
But you can see look at the little bit of light on that cheek, on our left, so her right cheek.
Well, it changes.
Yeah, but you can do that in Photoshop.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't know where she is, but the palace is not releasing her. And I didn't even care about this because it's like, whatever. So she had surgery. I just assumed it was plastic surgery, so she didn't want to be seen.
Right.
So I'm like, yo, leave her alone. She had 3 kids. She's dealing with a cheating-ass husband.
Her husband be cheating on her?
Yeah. And now the rumor is he's got outside kids, and she is done with his ass. That's
Yeah,
a
he
rumor.
cheating on her. She all dead and shit. Anybody got time to be with this dead ass bitch? Is she out here photoshopping herself? No. It's like, no. I know it's fucked up. I'm sorry. That's fucked up. Right. Shout out to Kate.
Yeah.
What's her name, Kate?
Kate Middleton.
Damn.
So the pictures and the tweet, that's what's getting me. That tweet that they put out, is like, why would you try to do damage control now? You didn't even try to PR it at all.
Why release the picture? I'm so confused by the fact that they even released a picture that was so obviously photoshopped And you know there's millions of people around the world being like, where is she? Because there was already conspiracy theories before this as to where she is.
I didn't really even know what the hell was going on till like maybe a day before the picture came out. Then it was just like, it was everywhere. And I was like her name, and I was like, I don't even know who this is. And then the picture popped up, and I was like, what is people? And I looked, and I was like, yeah, there's definitely some. People were saying AI. I was like, no, not AI, but this is like bad editing for sure. Photoshop, which is common when dealing with kids that are younger. Usually, you Photoshop a lot. It is a little strange, but then, like I said, the tweet kind of put it into perspective for me because she hasn't said anything, and this is supposedly something from her team or whatever, just saying that she likes to dabble in Photoshop or dabble in photo editing.
But like, why?
Why would you say that now? Like, of everything that everybody's been asking, you decide to touch on the photo editing part of it.
Well,
Like,
because it's a big piece of evidence.
yeah, but I'm just saying you could have said, I'm okay. Like, there could have been anything else. The first thing you want to respond to is like, I like regular people like to dabble in photo editing. What the fuck? That just makes it more strange to me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All she has to do is come out, go to the front of the palace and say, I'm okay. And the fact that it hasn't happened in a long time, over, months, is kind of shady.
Yeah.
She need to come out and flat out say I'm dead.
I hope not.
She might be really sick or something. I'm not sure.
Well, I just assumed she had plastic surgery. I was like, leave her alone. Like, give her a minute. She's been in front of the camera since she was like 16 and they started dating. And he's been just a mess. And the whole family's been a mess. And she's like holding this whole royal family together because the rest of them are all ratchet. But after this, I'm like, yo.
Strange things are happening.
Anyway, what else?
Oh, so we have the Boeing incident. Have you heard about this whistleblower?
Mm-mm.
Boeing whistleblower committed suicide. He committed suicide and he was actually testifying against them. He testified one day, went back to his hotel room, committed suicide, and he was supposed to come back the next day to finish his, I think it was a deposition actually, and he wasn't able to do it because he had suicided himself.
That whole sequence is hilarious. To be like, he went back to his room and apparently committed suicide. That he couldn't go back the next day because he had been suicided. I mean, so what was he testifying about before they killed him?
Quality control. We don't know if they killed him.
Of course they killed him. I'm saying
it's kind of when you put this shit together, be like, man, I don't know. Like, I don't even know how far like tinfoil you could really even say it is because the shit just it seems as is. But it was quality control. He was on their ass about quality control and had been on their ass since at least 2017.
Why would you do that and then kill yourself?
Exactly. And this is leading up to the point where now, like, we're starting to see the fallout of those things that he was saying. That for years they have been not doing what they were supposed to do, taking parts from like recycle bins or trash bins and putting them together. And then it was like they're pushing out planes and they were saying that 1/4 of the masts are likely to fail when they need to come down over your face when there's an emergency. So now we're seeing the doors fall off. We're seeing the tires fall off, oil leaks, all these different things where planes have to like ground themselves or anything like that. And it's all happening like super fast. Like every week or every other day, damn near, it's something with Boeing dropping. And then all of a sudden we catch wind of this supposed whistleblower and he's dead.
He's dead. He can't finish his testimony.
And he's like the leader of this shit.
What was his method of suicide?
They said gunshot wound.
Of course.
So he shot himself.
Think about that.
I think it said 2 times. Something like that.
Yeah, because sometimes suicide needs a double.
Yeah, I didn't read 2 shots in this article. This is the New York Times article. And it does see New York Times is pushing the suicide thing.
Of course they are.
So basically he had complained he was a quality control manager at one of their factories. And he had been telling people directly, yo, you need to step up your game. This is dangerous. They ignored him. He retired. He came out and said, something's going to go wrong with Boeing. Things start going terribly wrong with Boeing. And that's, unfortunately, he's no longer with us.
Jordan Dinwiddie, you late, bro. We talked about the Tesla already. You got to go back and listen. We talked about her going into the pond and all of that. She was in there scared and Asian. It's sad. It's really sad.
It is sad.
Self-inflicted gums. It's just like, you don't, why would you? People believe anything. That's what be scaring me. Like, fuck it. Let me just get out the way for they talk about I killed myself and nobody asked no damn questions. It's like, why would he order Postmates if he was going to kill himself? You know what I'm saying? It's like, dog, I'm always ordering some food. Why would I do have food on the way? I believe that. The people got me.
Well, just for the record, I'm very mentally stable and would never do such a thing.
Exactly.
For the record.
For the record, I would never do no shit like that. You know? I would never do no shit like that. So yeah, y'all find me, especially if I'm butt naked. Like, why would I do that butt naked? I don't, you know what I'm saying? You don't trust your dead dick. You don't know what your dick gonna do dead. It might swell up, it might swell down. You know what I'm saying?
I've never looked into it. I've never looked
that
into
surprises me. You look at everything else. I'm surprised you got a little dead dick database. Like, like, well, actually, but no, you good, Jordan? All right, so.
Well, this is an inappropriate thing, but I'll ask you because you like things like that. This adult star had killed herself.
I saw that.
And then someone was like, are they going to take the videos down? But apparently there's like a surge in people watching the videos after the adult stars die.
Yeah, that's sick. That's sick. And when I found out about it, I didn't know who she was. So I went straight to X videos just to find out.
Okay.
Who she was. It's like, no, I'm joking, man. That's messed up. I don't know what, I don't know, man. She had everything going for her.
That industry.
It produces a lot of deaths, I peep.
Yeah, a lot of people, unfortunately, aren't able to. Yeah, it rips you apart. So that's the thing. There are a lot of people.
You said it rips you apart? Oh, Jesus Christ. The wording.
I didn't mean it like that.
That's what you said.
That I did not mean it like that at all.
It's a actress pandemic. I wonder what's going on. It's a few porn stars that have killed themselves. We better tighten up or we fuck around and lose a legend like Skin Diamond or somebody like that. You know what I'm saying? Somebody who is important to the genre. You know what I'm saying? God forbid anything happens to Tiana Trump. Then what?
I think Black people are in general less likely to kill themselves.
I think so too. We done been through enough, and it's like, it ain't that bad.
They're more likely to express their violence to others and not to the self. Whereas white people, they're like, it's my fault, and then as a mean impression.
But Black people are less likely to shoot the whole office up too. We don't do no shit like that.
No,
that's a white
random. There have been some, but it's not like. Yeah, see, this is Suicide Prevention Center. Oh, man, we shouldn't even talk about this because I'm gonna have to edit it all out from the YouTube. But yeah, 7.7 per 100,000 versus 13.5 for the general population. If you want to go,
so it did increase though.
It definitely increased.
Yeah, I think it's a lot of this ideation and people talking about it. It's just like
that. A lot of deaths happened during COVID too. So I think a lot of people had to cope with that. It's always gonna be with it. You know what I'm saying? Like I was like, COVID to me felt a little bit end of the worldy at times.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It felt like death doesn't matter. People weren't getting funerals like that. It was just kind of like, you know what I'm saying? And then you look up and COVID ain't shit now. And Trump said it was gonna be like this.
I wouldn't say it ain't shit.
What is it?
It's still killing people. A lot of people. More people than before. Yeah.
More?
Yeah. Seriously.
Are they dying with COVID or of COVID? Because that's a huge distinction. Because a lot of people are getting it because it's just spreading faster.
Yeah, it's still getting it, but dying with it.
COVID deaths 2024. Let's see the rates. Okay, it's gone down a bit. It says due to COVID-19. That's still of the deaths. Okay, so of U.S. deaths. This is not the death rate of COVID, but this is of the deaths. And this is just for 2024. Yeah, we'd have to go going through this CDC website to get the COVID thing. I went down a rabbit hole in 2020, 2021. I was like on the CDC website all the time, just being like, Why aren't you showing the data? Where is this data?
Man, because they weren't showing it because it was,
It would. I mean, we also have 50 different states. You got 50 different health departments. You just do your best to report it, and then it's harder. You're getting better information coming out of the UK.
It's been very, very quiet lately on the UFO, UAP front. Like, what are some of the recent updates about that? I feel like as the information comes out, a lot of shit just kind of disappears.
Oh, there's an update. So NASA is sending a message in a bottle to Jupiter's moon of Europa, because basically, the agency's Europa Clipper spacecraft will blast off towards Jupiter's moon Europa from Florida's Kennedy Space Station in October, dispatching a steady stream into the ether of 2.6 million sound waves of humankind saying their own names.
What does that mean?
So basically, they're just going to see if there's anyone in Europa, the moon of Jupiter.
And that's because they found water and it looks like green on that moon.
It might be under the ice. So I say it's Europa League. No, Europa, Jupiter. There we go. 6th closest moon to Jupiter. Slightly rocky mantle iron core. So they think that Europa might, it produces oxygen. And it has an underground ocean. So it has water and it has oxygen. It's just a matter of how warm is it? See, that's cold. So it has something. I mean, who says aliens can't be adapted to the cold, just because we aren't?
Damn.
So we're talking about sub-zero temperatures here.
Right, but I mean, people act like an adaptation can be in place to have people be perfectly fine. Like, for example, you heard about in some of the colder regions, the further you go up, like Alaska type shit, their Eskimo eyelids are like thicker so that their eyes don't freeze. Is that a myth?
Oh, that's interesting. Let me see. Okay. This seems like a super complicated thing. It's also from 1970. So that's probably racist. Let's. If anyone's an eye doctor in the comment section, you just let me know, because
You can't just Google it. Do Eskimos have thicker eyelids?
I did, and so basically, this is what comes up, and it's an article I'd have to take home and read. Ophthalmological characteristics of Eskimos in Agpilagtok.
Apalakta. Yeah, it's like a little small town. They got some good ass waffles at this little diner on the corner. It's like as soon as you make that first left when you get into that town, it's nice. Apalakta. Apalakta.
I mean, I bet they would have different kinds of eyes, because you see, as you get in like Siberia and stuff, they look in Russia and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They look more Asian because they have to have smaller eyes because of the glare off the snow. So it does make sense that would be true. I just have to.
My dad always told me this, I think, and I just always believed him.
It makes sense. I just I would have to come back with it next week. This seems to say that it's true from this 1970 article. But then people will be like, you know, that has been debunked and that's racist now. So I'm like, yo, don't hold me to that. All
They
I'm
say
saying.
people living in cold, dry climates generally have smaller, longer, narrower noses. This is the type of nose moistens and warms the incoming air. Tight hair is tight and curly, keeping the wind, the air off their neck. And let's see. Yeah, it keeps the cold off of them, but better than straight hair, and it helps with cooling and evaporation of sweat.
These are Northern Europeans?
This is just the common features of people in cold climates. Certain like
I thought they had straight hair. I mean, okay, so I mean, I mean, obviously, I'm going by black hair standards, so I thought they had straight, but this guy has curly-ish hair.
Mm-hmm. Look at dude next to him. I don't like people with the see that's what I'm talking about. That's a little head.
What?
This is a little head. Look how the back of his head is so quick. It's just like, you know what I'm saying? That's a little ass head. Or am I tripping?
Yeah, I suppose.
It's like a head is like back of the head, like back here. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what you want. Something back here in the back where the meat is at. He got a quick head, you know. I ain't saying he ain't no cold ass nigga though. He did look like he's some shit, but the one below got some crazy eyes. Look at those eyes.
Oh, I think that's just the A on the eye from Alamy. I don't think her eyes are that
okay.
bad.
I'm about to say like, man, they tripping.
She doesn't want to deal with your bullshit.
But look at her though.
Good for her.
She's beautiful.
Don't bother her.
Yeah, she'll beat your ass. That's probably her all the way to the left when she grew up. I used to be so mean.
She's beautiful. Yeah, she got curly hair, like wavy hair.
Hair long too. That's what's up, man. So these are old ancient Eskimos, huh?
I say ancient, probably like 150 years old.
That's ancient? The fuck?
It's not ancient.
That's ancient, Maya. 150 years ago?
Nah.
What's ancient? Like 1,000 years ago?
I would say like 2,000 years ago. Very distant past and no longer in existence. So we still have Eskimos.
What about this grease that they found in space that has this living stuff inside of it? It's like this purple grease. You heard about that?
I have heard about that. Oh, this is from a minute ago. Milky Way is full of toxic, sticky grease. This is from 2018.
So what we're looking at right now, like that purple shit is actually greasy.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I think they just used a picture.
No, I'm saying, but when you look at them purple, that should be it's like apparently it's greasy, and that stuff is landing on planets, and it has like organisms in it. Like
look closely, the cosmic dust captured in this infrared photo of the Milky Way may be brimming with space grease.
Yeah, they put May in there just to be like, hey, there's a nice picture. Maybe there's grease in there. But they do make a good point. This space grease, actually an oily form of hydrogen-bound carbon called aliphatic carbon, is one of several types of carbon leaked into empty space by blazing stars and may be among the key ingredients in the formation of new stars and planets, astronomers say. That's interesting.
Because we're looking at the galaxy that we're in.
The Milky Way.
Yeah.
Right.
And there's a lot more out there.
Yeah, there are so many galaxies.
It's just ridiculous.
We can only see to where the light has hit us.
We're just a super, super small part of the Milky Way as well.
Well, yeah, we are the smallest. And our sun isn't even that impressive, but it's impressive to us because our sun.
Yeah, it's huge to us, but it's not really that big at all. Our sun is a dwarf star, right?
I don't think it's a dwarf. No, I think it's just a regular. It's not even it's not like special enough to be a dwarf. It's just a regular star.
What does that mean?
This is regular. Like, you're not a dwarf. You're just regular.
First of all, I'm pretty special. So
I mean, like, you're not super tall. You're not.
All right, this interview is over. I just asked you for a certain, you know what I'm saying? All right. So the space grease is that. Any new UFO videos I want to go over? Like you saw the one with the alien in the clouds, or like the mothership sitting in the clouds. We got to get CP back on here because CP we got some shit.
CP finds the same stuff, and then it's okay. I do agree we have to get CP back in here. And
What's you about to say about him? What's you about to say about him?
No, I'm not. I will never.
CP, they dogging you.
CP, please come back.
Hold on, I'm about to show you. Where you put, because I talked to him. He said that Diddy might be involved in killing Michael Jackson.
Maybe. I'll hear him out. I will hear anything CP has to say. White CP. Just to clarify, we're talking about white CP. He was on the show a few months back.
No.
I'd be interested to hear that link because
you're right. The sun, the heart, is a yellow dwarf star.
Thank you. I be knowing some shit. You just like, ha ha ha. Not a dwarf star. Jesus Christ. It's a fucking dwarf. We have a dwarf star. Thank you.
You're right.
I might as well just get up and walk out this biz and just
drop the mic. You should take the mic off the stand and drop it on the floor.
Look at that. I dropped it. But no, hold on. I'm about to find what CP said.
But you know who told me that? NASA. You know how they lie.
Jesus Christ. Oh, I didn't mean it like that. God damn it. Now that shit gonna start popping up in my damn algorithm. I like when it's like space and aliens and conspiracies in my algorithm for my For You page. But
is this your TikTok or is this
Instagram? But some big booty ass chick just popped up in and it's like a slow motion booty thing, and I made a mistake and liked it, and that's all she wrote for the next 2 weeks.
You can unlike it.
I did.
And you can don't put this in the show less like this.
Oh, I could do that?
Mm-hmm.
I do it next time. I know I can do that. I do it next time.
Yeah. It's just a distraction, you know?
Yeah, it's a fucking distraction because I came in here to look for something. What CP was talking about? Yeah. Shit, she got me fucked up. Hold on. That's how they get you, though. Here we go. Bam, part 2. It was some ill shit. Okay, what's this? Oh, never mind. He got it with his kid.
They just got Andrew Tate and his brother again on these charges in the UK this time. So he was extradited to Britain, Romanian authorities said on today, obviously. Andrew Tate held in Romania after accusers' lawyers tipped police he might flee the country. They got him and Tris. They've been detained in Romania, obviously, and they're...
Damn, Andrew Tate. And then you see what...
You guys are sick fucks.
Ryan Garcia, you saw that?
I saw what Ryan Garcia was saying. That was interesting.
Nah, we gotta wait and see if Ryan Garcia gets hurt or killed or canceled or something like that. We know there's some little. For people who don't know, Ryan Garcia all of a sudden blew up a couple of weeks ago or last week, saying that he was at this place called Bohemian Grove and he saw what they were raping kids and all kind of shit.
Because Alex Jones went to Bohemian Grove with a camera. And he caught them worshiping the owl god and all this other stuff. He didn't catch the raping the kids. And then they said we're just having fun, da-da-da-da-da.
Let people worship some shit, though. It's like, no, you don't have to worship it.
I mean, that's the thing. We have freedom of religion. But it is kind of weird.
Listen, here's my thing. I don't give a fuck what you worship. But if it's some shit that I need to know about, like if the owl is really working, and it's like curing diseases and y'all trying to hold it to yourself, like the Ark of the Covenant. What do you think about that? The first weapon of mass destruction.
I mean, that's what they say.
They say that the Egypt used to be okay, this is what I read recently.
Okay.
Egypt used to be a Stargate station.
I've heard that.
Between Earth and Andromeda 9 or something like that. And a big earthquake happened in a big explosion happened in Atlantis.
Mm-hmm.
And it threw off the coordinates that the Ark of the Covenant, which is underneath the Great Pyramids of Egypt, it used to be, had with alignment that basically it ruined that station. But they said people were literally traveling interstellarly like it was a fucking Greyhound station in Egypt. And that's what the Great Pyramids of Egypt really were.
That's interesting. I've heard that they are actually power stations. I've heard the Stargate is really interesting, but I've heard that they're power stations.
I know, like in like a computer chip, like how they like have the mirror the same. Like if you look at a motherboard, and yeah, that's the Ark of the Covenant.
Yeah, and now because Romans, baby, I'm rereading him the Bible, and of course, there's a lot to do. This is a kid's version of the Bible. I'm not reading the whole thing, but there's a lot to do with that and how it had to be
Ark of the
kept.
Covenant?
Yeah, it had to be kept safe, and that if people get exposed to it, they get sick and stuff like that.
What do you mean they get sick?
That's what they say is that if you're in with it, it has to be kept in a special way because you get sick.
Yeah, like it would like kill people around it or something like that, and the way they have to hold it. I just want to see it. Like, how come? Like, this is a real thing that they keep talking about, like it's not real. Like they talked about it in the Bible, then they went and found it, and it really does some shit.
They say that it's currently the Church of Our Lady Mary of Zion in Ethiopia. Did you watch that Exorcist from like 2004, 2006? Did you see that one where they go to Ethiopia?
No.
Really?
No. The last one I saw was well, I mean, I guess they all when the girl crawled up the wall. But it was like a remake in the early 2000s, but I don't think it was the one.
There's one where they go to Ethiopia and it's actually really good. I remember seeing it at the time and thinking that it's actually really good because they find this underground church and there's all kinds of stuff in it. Like demons. It's demons.
Okay.
It's The Exorcist, but the Ethiopian stuff is so interesting because they have a lost tribe of Jews. They have, supposedly the Ark of the Covenant, just like ancient stuff. I should try to find that. Exorcist in Exorcist movie set in Ethiopia. Exorcist the Beginning, 2004.
Okay.
So, I mean, we can watch it and get back to it next week because you're always saying they're trying to tell us stuff through movies.
Right, but it's like, did it talk about the Ark of the Covenant though?
I forget. It was so long ago.
See, yeah, that's okay. I don't want to get sidetracked because this Ark of the Covenant shit, something is going on with this. And this is like a big piece of what they know and what we've been fighting for, trying to, like, I heard that like we were after Saddam Hussein to go get this shit.
That I've heard rumors about that, but you hear so many rumors, so I'm just like, I don't know. I'll be the first to say I do not know.
But let's look up the history of the Ark of the Covenant. What is it supposed to do? Because I heard that it is a weapon that's supposed to be able to save Earth.
It's supposed to hold the laws, the tablets. It's supposed to hold the 10 Commandments.
But no, so look up. So this is what I've heard recently. The Ark of the Covenant harnessed the power. This power that they put inside of these ankhs. These ankhs, the cross with a circle on top. The ankh.
Yeah.
They were using it to reverse gravity, big ass blocks. Like they could basically make a block just float and somebody would just push it. And that's how they created the pyramids, quote unquote, was with the Ark of the Covenant. This is what they say. Other people say that giants built it, which also makes sense too.
Yeah. They say it has a lot of power because it holds the tablets from God. So
I want to touch it.
I don't think that's a good idea. Touching it meant instant death.
Really?
That's what it says. I haven't touched it, so I don't know. But it's considered very, very powerful.
The Ark was so sacred that touching it meant instant death. What do you mean, like,
maybe
like if you touched it, you die? You touched it, somebody got to kill you.
No, you touched it, you died. So it could have been radioactive. And people back then wouldn't have understood what that meant. They don't know radioactivity.
But that's what I'm saying. I think the Ark of the Covenant was something that is extraterrestrial that was given to us or that we took.
I mean, it could have been toxic waste or something like that, or
from where,
radioactive
what was
waste.
Toxic at a time where, quote unquote, anything toxic shouldn't exist.
Well, we don't know. What we know about the pyramids, or we know about the Sphinx, is that there's water erosion on it.
Mm-hmm.
And so that means it may very well be much older than they say. So there could have been an ancient civilization in northern Africa that was destroyed. But if they had, you know, nuclear reactors or anything like that, they would still have that. And
Right.
someone could have found nuclear material, put it in this thing, and they didn't know what it was. So touch it, means instant
I
death.
think that someone opened a portal and that portal showed them right now from way back then. And I think that way back then they were able to write down what they saw, but they couldn't explain it, which is why you got those helicopters and all that stuff on the hieroglyphs, because they were shown it. Like somebody was shown a vision or was shown today or modern times that we know of way back then, and they were trying to convey what it was.
Maybe.
Right? Because, I mean, we haven't found any helicopters, but they have them on the hieroglyphs. We haven't found any Wi-Fi, but they got the symbols. We haven't found any, you know, they got light bulbs with the citrus battery that they use, which is like, you know,
Used for battery acid, they use citrus.
I'm not sure if it's for battery acid, so to speak, but there's a citrus, like a lemon battery. I don't know if you ever heard of this. It's like a citrus battery, or
Oh, is this something you can do? Do this for science experiments?
Yeah, I did lemon battery
did it work?
Well, explain.
for science fair. Damn, did it work? This was 3rd grade, so it's a little bit away for me. It can conduct a little bit, but you need a special penny too. Like the way we did it was lemon battery with the Canadian penny, and then for some reason that can conduct a little bit, but it's not enough to do much. I don't think. I think it was like yeah, you see they're conducting it here, and it's showing like they connected it to a voltmeter, so you can see how much
Mm-hmm.
it's actually putting out. And I think
So-
it did. I think you could get it to light up a little, like that light.
Baghdad battery.
Which
My
is
bad. Thank you, unimpressive movement. It's called a Baghdad battery. But yeah, bro, I'm listening to what you're saying.
Mhm.
But what they use with their citrus was called a Baghdad battery. But the way that the technology works, like you said, is with this setup, this lemon battery with the copper, etc. But the Baghdad battery is something that they found. Yeah.
A ceramic pot, a tube of copper, and a rod of iron. 1936. So it dates from. When does it date from? Oh, the artifact disappeared in 2003 during the U.S.-led invasion of Iraq.
Bango.
I don't know.
Bango. This is after 9/11.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we went over there, right? And then we found this Baghdad battery, and it's like, what the fuck? And this is basically ancient Egyptians were using this to power electricity.
Well, would they have like motors and things like that? Have
No,
they
had
found
light
motors?
bulbs, big old light bulbs that they would use, like long light bulbs that they had that they show almost with like a snake inside of it. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. A lot of this stuff, that 9/11 right there.
They say it's a motif, so we'll see. A lot of the times they don't know, so they just give their best explanation.
I get that, but then it's like, you know, the Baghdad battery is something that they actually proved that it
Yeah,
works.
That's
And
there.
it was from them. And then what they were powering and what they found it by was depictions of these kind of light wanded kind of things.
Yeah, I mean that's really interesting. The fringe theory. You just said a fringe theory according to Wikipedia.
Which is what?
They say that basically what you're saying is that it's a fringe theory. It's not an accepted theory, but I mean they don't know for certain.
It's so much, man, to know. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's so much to be. Like, we're living in such a basic ass understanding of our reality. Like, we don't know shit at all. We're like idiots.
So this guy says, and I kind of agree with him, that you would have found remnants like metal sockets, filaments, because when you look in those caves, like they'll explore caves and they'll go in, they'll find all these mummies and they'll piece it together very delicately. My mom studied to be an Egyptologist for a long time, and so they didn't find anything like this. But she always said, for all we know, Egypt was just us coming back from a long cycle of basically after the apocalypse. We couldn't know to that far back, but we do go into these tombs and we do find even cotton, things like that, and cotton wraps, mummified bits, and they piece it together. And so they would have found something. Now, what is under the sand? We don't know what's under the sand. So a civilization that predates.
Why can't we do any kind of seismic X-ray type of shit, just like they when they look for dinosaur bones? It's like, what is stopping them from knowing what's under that fucking sand?
It's hard. Sand is just like a bunch of little rocks on top of each other. It's just hard. We just need the tech to get there.
No, I mean, I don't think we need the tech to get there. I think that we should be able to, the way that they send sound waves into the earth and come back with a readout of, you know what I'm saying? Like, you could get shadows from underneath the ground.
Okay, so someone asked this on Reddit, which is a good question. Is there such a thing as sand penetrating LiDAR? Could there be structures sitting under the sand?
They said that they theoretically think that it was wireless. Like every house was like capped with copper, and so the electricity would just kind of flow over everybody's house, and you could just tap into it, which seems dangerous, but it goes back to that Tesla coil, and everything is like wrapped around that kind of technology for what these old civilizations had.
So this guy says that they found this city, the city of Aten, in 2021. So they were able to scan under the sand. But this is very recent that this stuff came about. Mm-hmm. So now that we have the tech, like, the Sahara is huge. Now we have to figure out where we're going to look.
Man, I mean, so they're doing shit like trying to block the sun with particles and planes. Meanwhile, they could build a big enough seismic like satellite. Think about a seismic satellite that from space could cover a big area and then literally shoot into layers of the earth and tell you what's in there.
That would kill so many people.
You think so?
Yes.
How? Anything just radiation?
Seismic. If you're using something seismic, that causes a shift in a wave. That sand has to go somewhere.
No. You don't understand what I'm saying. Hold on. Egypt.
So you can like scan. You mean to like scan it? Because a lot of the times when they're finding these cities in the Amazon, they're just going up on Google Maps and looking down and seeing these grids. But if something were buried in, like, I don't even know how deep the sand would be if they were just buried.
Unimpressive is saying that. So he's saying that they've tried it, but Egypt won't let them look. I'm not okay. Like, when I say seismic, there's two things that come to mind. Like earthquake type of seismic, or like geyser type of, you know what I'm saying? Like geothermic type of shit, right? But I'm talking about like
sonar in the ground.
LiDAR, sonar type shit. Like, they do these things when they were looking for dinosaur bones back in the day that would kind of like punch the ground and get like an echo. And so like it would register on a screen where you could see like that they were hitting something solid, and you would almost see the shape of it because what's coming back is like an echo.
Yeah. I think back to Maya's point with sand is that sand is not dense like dirt. It's loose and it's very fine. So if you hit that, you're not going to get much back because it's not a firm thing to necessarily plant on. Right,
but that's what I'm saying. Not exactly hitting it, but there is a way to, like, if we could imagine the technology, I know for a fact, like, and I don't know for a fact, but I know that it could be, like, they have the technology right now, on certain guns where they can look through walls. That, like, they literally, there's a screen on top of a battle rifle that is looking through walls of houses, and you can see how many hostages. You can make out the people. Like,
that's heat.
I don't know if it's heat or not. I don't know if it's heat or not, but it's like, let's look it up. Technology that allows the military to look through walls. Like, they have this stuff, And so what I'm telling you is that if the sand is loose, even better. They should be able to get high enough and look through it with some kind of radar, sonar, LiDAR, you know what I'm saying? Like something because the sand isn't as dense and it wouldn't have to go anywhere. It's not like they're going to pick it all up to look, but it's like there's a way to look under that, especially sand being so soft.
But how far down is it?
The softness of it also makes it so that things fall so much further down than they would in dirt. Because dirt over time, if I were to die today and I died on the ground, eventually my body will seep into the dirt, right? And then it'll continue to go lower as it rains and stuff. Where sand is like, if something falls in it, it almost instantly gets washed over and then it just continues to shift and move and shift and move as the sand continues to go.
I see what you're saying.
And then it was like I said, we don't know how deep the Sahara is.
But we don't know how deep it is. And there's also talk about the pyramids that we know of and the Sphinx being atop something very, very much more taller than what we expected.
Yeah.
Oh, you're back to Tartaria.
No,
are we back to Tartaria?
No, not Tartaria.
Okay.
Because I'm speaking specifically in Egypt. But what I'm saying is that something lower, because Tartaria is just theoretically one place, right? Tartary. But I'm talking about
the theory kind of gets out of hand.
Because it gets out of hand because they try to compare Tartarians to Americans, which if you look at the world right now, like the American way is like the Western way. So like people in Canada and in Brazil and in Mexico are living like Americans, or that's like the rubric of how far you're off from it or how far you above it. But to live like Americans is, the houses and, indoor plumbing and little shit that our civilization is quote unquote known for. They're doing that in the Middle East. They have, you know what I'm saying? So like, I feel you. There's a way.
So this is a camera made in Israel that can see through walls.
Somebody said looking through the desert is like looking through 1 million tinted windows. Man.
What is this? What is the tech? Israel's got some crazy tech.
Hell yeah. Israel, real talk, the Israeli government is fucking ruthless.
They don't fuck around.
Like I didn't really understand, but like when they say it's an Israeli hit team on your ass.
Yeah. Oh, they'll get you. They'll get you no matter where you are in the world.
Yeah.
They will come, they will drag your ass back, and then they'll be like to the government, do something. And the government will be like, nah, we're not gonna do shit. They do not fuck around with you.
Yeah.
If you kill Israelis like that, like it's just a matter of time before they find you.
Yeah, so let's go back and see who, like looking through houses. Because I think that one thing that we're not looking at, guys, is war tech is getting better and better and better and better and fucking better.
Well, this is supposed to see through walls, this camera that they have. I want to see them use it. Oh, yeah, the war tech,
Oh, see?
Yeah.
And that's not even good.
They can see that person is there. So how does this work? Is this from
This is
heat?
like putting it, they push it onto the house and it like pulses the house. So it gives you all of the like, see, hell nah. Ain't no hiding. You think your ass could hide up in that attic? They gonna be like, he's up in the attic. Let's get something to eat and come back and get his ass.
Yeah, no, they do not mess around. And the thing is, whoever's got the best tech wins the next war. So it has to keep getting better and better. Right. As a defensive. And then sane people, a sane country will be like, oh, the United States has tech that's this good. Don't even mess with them. Because we don't want to see it. We don't want robot war dogs coming into our house.
But what we're seeing is that some of these leaders do not care about the people who are under them. And they will test your boundaries just to see what will happen. Oh, they killed us? Okay, cool. Let's fall back. Like, nigga, you just killed 8,000 of your own people just trying to test our boundaries. And it's like, yeah, they don't give a damn. Because,
like, they killed those 3 soldiers recently, including that woman. And the United States responded by, like, hitting dozens of locations. It wasn't even just one. It was, like, dozens.
Hold on. An impressive movement said that supposedly They're searching sand with electromagnetic fields, which is easier to penetrate the sand and doesn't interfere as much with shifting and imaging. Now, that's what I'm saying. Like, whatever technology, you feel what I'm saying, though, Amir? Like, I'm not saying that whichever one I'm saying the light art, but I'm saying, like, there has to be something that we could do to be able to see down into the sand. Just like we can see down into the depths of water. Right? Like, we might not be able to get down there, but we could see down there with imaging.
Somewhat. We
Right?
can go to an extent, but water is also, it's almost like I'm looking at it in a way that it almost is like sound to me. This is how I'm picturing it in my head, like how sound works.
Okay.
Sound travels, funny enough, the best through solid. Not through air, but through solids. Sound
Right.
travels the best through solids. I can hit this, you feel it over there.
Right.
That's how it works. And if there's something in front of my, it blocks. So the same thing is like in water. Water, sound travels better in water than it does in the air. So I'm thinking if they're using some kind of technology, like you're saying sonar, it works better in something that doesn't have a lot of layers to block it. Water is just water all the way through.
I love that you said that. So imagine this, because what else doesn't travel through water the way that we think it does is light. Like,
Correct. Well, yeah, because light
travels,
eventually...
Right. Eventually light dims out because water can get thicker than the spectrum of light, right? So let's say
it's refracting it. Essentially, it's bouncing it back, and it's also bending it as it's coming through.
Exactly. So let's say that we get to the bottom of the layer that light could reach. So like we go all the way down, and bam, at this point right here, it's pitch black dark, right? And so, but we can get here pressure wise with some kind of camera or something like that. Right here, we get to right here, and then boom, we shine a light under the ocean so bright, but start from the point that we previously could not see light at. Now, we know that works because the deeper they go, they always have a light on them to be able to see. Right? So do you understand what I'm saying? Like, as far as the ocean goes, you go as far as you can where there's no light, and then bam, you have a spotlight or a light that is so bright, like thousands and thousands of like luminous type of watts type of situation.
I think that would be more of a feat of getting a light that bright that can work under that same pressure as well, because a light will break under pressure as well.
But I'm talking about well, that's why we have new LEDs, right? Right, where it's not about, this is a light that doesn't get hot. It essentially all it needs is just a power, and they do have lights that can go that far because a submersible has lights on it.
But those lights they're not as bright as you would think they are.
Right. So what I'm saying is the same technology that allows those lights to work that deep to amplify, whether it's put more lights with it, right? So dropping a cluster of those same lights that can survive on a submersible, but bright as fuck. The point I'm trying to make is that, like, there are ways around, like, so you drop the light. So, okay, the light shines through, right? So then you have a camera behind the light. So now, wherever we're looking at, this is essentially like an ocean satellite. Wherever we're looking at, the light is illuminating what we're trying to see. And I'm talking about for hundreds of miles, this light is so bright that we're looking and giving light to things that have never seen, like bioluminescent fucking whales and shit like that we've never seen. We're shining light. And it's like, this is what I want us to do with compounding the technology that we have. So like, we have something that can get that deep. We have something that can get that bright. Now we need something that can get that deep and bright, right? We have something that we understand the space between each piece of sand. We understand what that is. We have something that literally can pulse deep enough into that sand without moving it, right? Not a drill, right? Or drill as far as we can go down and then drop in the drill head the pulse that gives you the kind of lay of the land down there. Right? So not dropping the pulse on top of the sand, but dropping the pulse as deep into the sand as we could go. And then from that point, starting the pulse.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I see I
like
see what
getting the earth pregnant. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't gonna get nothing pregnant trying to at the front of the pussy, but you go way to the back. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's kind of what I'm trying to do.
No, I see what you're saying. I think it's just I'm thinking of the idea of the pulse thing and just like understanding how we understand sand to work is that even when you, like I said, the deeper you go, the more it just collapses over top of you.
Right.
Like even if you go to the beach, you stick your feet in, the sand immediately wraps over your feet.
Mm-hmm.
There's no, like you try to dig out the space, but if there's so much of it, it just will continue to fall back in on itself. So then it's like if you send the shock, will the shock actually make it anywhere? Like, will it go anywhere? And then what would come back? You know what I'm saying? Like, what is there something to return back to you? Because it's like if you're using like you say, pulse or sonar or some kind of thing, there it needs something to come back to you.
Right.
And I think sand is one of those things where it's not. I'm not saying it's impossible, but it's just like it would be like if you go out into an open area and it has no trees or nothing, you're just on the top of a mountain, you scream. And there's nothing that bounces. It's like you just into open air. And sand is almost like that, but in some kind of weird consistency form.
But theoretically,
it's not impossible. But
there has to be a floor.
Yeah,
there has to be a floor.
There 100%
and so
is a floor.
Where that floor is really determines what kind of machinery that you can use. Because if you can get to that floor to bounce back, to give you the signal back, then you can have everything that you need to know.
So this
if
is
you can get to that floor.
This is saying that they will use radio waves and bounce it out off of the things.
Radio waves
might be there, and it's limited in how deep they can go, but they're getting, the technology is getting better and better, and they're using it on Mars to see what might be under the surface of Mars.
So what they're essentially they're doing what I'm saying, right? So they're digging deep and then pulsing, because I see them.
This is from the shuttle.
Subsurface scattering, right, and then fluvial deposits.
Yeah, I'm not sure what
I don't even know what the fuck that is, and that's all on Mars.
No, this is the Sahara. This is what they're working on to for Mars, because we're not going to be able to have people go down to Mars and check it out like that. We're going to have to do from space or from those little rovers.
Who's on the International Space Station right now?
Oh, didn't that lady mess it up? You remember the International Space Station drama?
It was like a thing that flew off of it. She didn't do the right thing, and they let a piece go. I remember that.
And they said they blamed her. They said that she did it on purpose to get back to her boyfriend. I don't know if that's true.
What?
That'd be very crazy.
That'd be stupid as hell.
That's what they said. That's what they accused her. I think the Russians accused her.
They probably lying. They probably don't like women.
What? The Russians tended to be more or less sexist, at least during Soviet times. Let's see who's on the.
I just want to know what the fuck is underneath. It's like I would almost rather our shit be flooded than sanded. At least with water, you can kind of know what's going on, right?
Somewhat.
Sand is like I ain't never seen no sand divers. Ain't nobody sand diving, and you know what I'm saying? It's just like your shit is just.
It should have killed you.
This is a wrap.
So here we go. Andreas, do you think you know someone up there? Is that why?
I don't think I know anybody that's on the International Space. I do know a couple of people who, like astrophysicists that went to Michigan State that work for NASA.
Nice.
One of them was black, which is pretty cool. He was a weird little nigga, but shout out to him though. He got his shit done. So I'm not sure if he made it to the space station yet. I gotta look him up.
There's probably a lot of strange physical requirements too to go. And
but what's crazy is randomly, he was on like a space magazine cover, and I'm like, this motherfucker made it. He was on the cover of, but it was, of course, it was inside Michigan State, like one of our.
Still,
yeah, no, of course, yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I was on the cover in Michigan State a few times.
Yeah, but not for astrophysics.
Wow, you don't even know what it was for.
I mean, was it astrophysics?
No, it wasn't. So
no, I'm sorry, CP. That is really impressive.
Thank you. Well, one of them was I was a speaker. I was president of the Kappas. I was a mentor. I could have been on the cover for many things. Who knows what it was? Anyway,
was it astrophysics? Did you get to the space station?
Yes, it was astrophysics.
Okay.
No.
Well, that is really impressive. That
this guy, the guy who I forgot his name. God damn, he had a weird ass name. It was like a girl name almost. He's like a country black dude, but he was saying how they were studying time travel, and this is back in 2004. We were in it, and they were studying time travel, and the thing was trying to go around the Earth fast enough. Like like how the aliens are the UAPs,
Mhm.
how those things move, how they could cover ground so fast, and like almost like
And then time would slow because the faster
and
you
time
move,
was
time will
slow.
slow.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's one of the facets or the forms of time travel, but not the only one. Obviously, that's like for traveling going forward, not going backwards.
Hmm. Yeah. Last I heard, and I've not studied up recently on time travel, that they were theoretically having problems of even sending someone back to before the time they made the machine. So let's say they make the machine now. Then going forward, you can send someone back to 2024, March of 2024. But how would you send someone back to before the time that the machine was made? And they were having
You
trouble
would
with
need
that.
a Stargate, or you would need like there's other technology that we aren't privy to. Like it's for sure time travel going on, for sure time travel going on. I don't think they've gotten as good on it as they wanted to. Like since the Philadelphia experiment and things like that, they haven't gotten as pinpointed as they wanted to. But I feel like with some of these dimensional beings that are visiting, they know they have the key. And I feel like if we know that they're existing and the government knows, and the government has been in contact with these people or these beings, and they're getting the information about what, especially if they're reverse engineering some of the ships.
Yeah, I've heard reverse engineering. Bob Lazar says that they found ships buried in the sand, and that they were Earth ships, basically. The ships were already here and they're thousands of years old. And that's what they were researching. So we don't know if they're extraterrestrial or if they're from a long lost civilization, but it wasn't nothing we could interpret.
They talk about, I was watching the Y-Files. They were saying how there's a story about how the Greys are actually us from the future.
I've heard about that.
And they're trying to make sure that an event takes place that wipes us out and begins their. So like we're working against two things. They're from the future, but they don't have to be from our timeline. And if we could save our planet, they can never exist. So they kind of want to fuck us up so that they can begin
Interesting.
what it means to be the Greys. And the Greys is what humans will be without sun and without something else, and what we would evolve into.
I mean, now we're having bigger and bigger heads because a lot of kids are born by cesarean. So the head can get bigger and bigger, and otherwise the kid wouldn't have survived. The mother wouldn't be able to birth the child. So we are kind of moving towards that. I think we're getting taller though, so I don't know if that's.
Did we getting taller?
Oh, through nutrition. It might just be we're going to eventually max out what nutrition can give us.
We haven't even tapped into super nutrition yet. I think there are things like, just like we found weed, there's thousands of plants on this planet, probably way better than weed, stuff that we haven't even learned to smoke or eat or drink on this planet that could enhance our experience, probably prolong our life by 100 years.
Yeah, they're prolonging dogs' lives. So they have a way to extend big dogs' lives. So it's just a matter of time.
How are they doing that? Just slowing down their development?
I think it's a heart thing. Like most big dogs die of a heart thing. So they've approving this new drug. Maybe this is not what I'm thinking of.
And beautiful but titty but naked bitches just don't fall out the sky, you know. My bad. Do you ever just say that once a day?
No.
Me neither.
Interacts with hormones that accelerates aging. So this is what we're going to try to do for Luca. And I was mad because so this has to do with hormones. There's nothing to do with the heart thing. I was mad because they have a life extension thing coming out for cats, and they said you got to give it to them when they're a kitten, so I can't get it for my cat. But
yeah, your cat gonna die.
Every cat dies.
But especially yours.
Well, your cat also. Every cat.
I don't have a cat, so fuck my cat. Pause. I'm out of here. That was terrible. But no, yeah, your cat is out of here, and you know, it knows what it did too. And all cats do not go to heaven; cats go to hell.
Yo,
Hellcat. The Dodge Hellcat. Ain't no hell dogs.
cats are metaphysical ninjas, and they go on the other side and they fight the demons for you. And witches have known this since the beginning. Everybody's known this. You're late to the party.
Somebody said coming soon, there's going to be dogs on dialysis. I hope my Frenchie lasts forever. You know, he's starting to limp and stuff. The dad, Maxie.
No, are you giving him glucosamine?
Yeah, but he's with my mom, and I left his pills here, and she said he hurt himself. I got to go get him. I'm going to get him. I'll be in Toledo. So I'll be in Detroit this week, and then I'm going to be in Toledo this weekend. And for 4 shows, if y'all want to come out and show some support, that would be lit. It's my birthday. It's coming up next week, so it'd be cool to see everybody at the shows. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, if you would like your dog to live longer.
So this drug, it targets the cause of the aging. So it says if you look at heart disease, kidney disease, cancer, and all, they all seem like different diseases, but they are all really just manifestations of aging. And so our approach is to look at the basic mechanisms of aging.
Yeah, I'm about to get that to my dog. Did your dog got to be a puppy or what?
I think it's got to be 40 pounds or larger, though.
Oh.
Remember we looked this up?
Just cut that bitch in half. Take half the pill.
I don't know. This is so new.
Damn, you had a dope tri-English bulldog. My dad got one of them. A tricolor English bulldog named Moses. It's pretty big, sweet. Slob and tongue be everywhere. Got like a Tasmanian devil head. English bulldog. Like, ah. Anyway, this has been another episode of the CP Podcast, man. Always the questions, never the answers. If you guys want us to talk about something, please hit us up. Throw it in the comments so we can do our due diligence to be able to talk about it intelligently. And yeah, Ark of the Covenant. That's gonna be what I want to talk about. I want to learn about Ark of the Covenant. I think that's a key, a major key. Anyway, I'm out of here. This is Maya. That's Amir. CP Podcast, man. You know what it is. Peace.